Here we go. I got this lumber by mail order just this past Monday. Today is Saturday. Not knowing what I would do with it until I received it and then started figuring out what to do with it, and I decided to build a table. And this is the result of a week of imagining what to do with this stuff and cutting it up and doing lots of glue ups. I think I've done too many glue up things. Anyway, we got this. Everything here still needs more work. As you can see, there's a clamp just holding this together. I thought it was about time to put up or shut up after imagining all this stuff for a week. And the only drawing is in my head. I have no dimensions, nothing to go by here. This is the back side here. Let's come in closer and move it around. And what I think in the last episode of this, I mentioned that, all right, we got to do the whole shout out thing here. As I said, I got this stuff mail order from Lumber Capital Log Yard. They're a few miles east of me over in central Pennsylvania, and I did not buy this stuff sight unseen. They were generous enough to give me absolute clear photos, and I knew exactly what I was buying before I got it. So I knew what I was getting myself into, and I have only myself to blame if I don't like the result. And so anyway, Lumber Capital Log Yard, they got a YouTube channel and a little mom and pop shop. Like I said, they're in central Pennsylvania. I'd give a link in the description, but I don't know how to do that stuff. Anyway, moving on. Having consumed all that stuff that they sent me, I still came up short, and I needed to have something to, some structure on the sides and the back to hold this thing to make it be a finished table. And lucky me, I had just a couple little slivers of walnut in my stash. And also, I'm going to set you down. Here we go. Let's look at the front. I'm just loving the way this is looking, and I'm still trying to decide on that drawer whether to have it be an overlay like it is now or have it be inset, sort of a look more similar to that. If anyone cares to comment on that, I'd be interested in opinions. Anyway, I had a couple slivers of walnut scraps about this size, and I put a dado into it, and I had a few scraps of walnut plywood, 1/4 inch thick, and I just jam it in here. And I made sort of like in modern floor framing, you'll see those truss joists where you got a piece of plywood sandwiched between some 2x2s, and same concept, only on a smaller scale. And what happens when I take away this clamp? Well, that falls away because, well, although at this point I have created something that sort of looks like a table, this is not yet a table. Boy, I've been using that saw and that sander a lot, and lots of sandpaper, oh golly, and I ain't done with that yet either. Anyway, when I take off the top, you can see that there is no structure there. I got a nice pretty pretend thing on the outside. It sort of looks like a table, but there is nothing holding this together except glue. And I should, oh yeah, let's get in close here. Can we, The only mechanical fasteners thus far are little brass 5/8 inch oval head nails tying it together, and lots of wood glue, Titebond wood glue. This stuff. That's the only thing holding this together is a few of those little things going around in glue, and I need more. So here's what I need to figure out yet is I want to put a drawer in the front. Let's do the focus thing again. Here, oop, there, something like that. And what I need to do yet is figure out some kind of structure that is going to support both a drawer underneath so I can slide it in and out, and something that, boy, oh boy, gluing this up, I use my framing square every which way, because once that glue sets, there ain't no changing it. So in the process of all this glue up stuff, boy, I use this thing extensively. I'm just saying. So my first step in that is, well, I'm going to need some way to fasten that nifty top. So this is where repurposing comes in. I got some little scraps of some old drawer stuff that I cut up. I've already used it for clamping other stuff together, and now it's going to find its final home. That piece is going to go there. This one here, and I still got, nope. Is that right? Boy, now it looks like I screwed up my cut here somehow. Oh, no, it goes like this. Jeez. As I said, there are no drawings. Everything's in my head. And that's what I got so far. And I got to, well, that's where I'm at with it.